With some Sunday mother freaking fun day energy. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger upon the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to have kept up with me, you would assume when I posted my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I said I wasn't. What weren't you going to do? I wasn't going to do nothing. I'm not doing today. What aren't you doing? Nothing. Really? I'm just being nothing. Where am I? The tomb of Isis. I'm in my temple. I'm in my Isis energy. What does that mean? Can't really explain that. I'm not even gonna try. Oh, I left my soda so far away. Hold on a second. So my job on Sunday is to deliver quite a few different messages. I'm supposed to do religious studies, the words of Christ, and our light codes. I'm gonna try to just go on and on until I can't go on anymore and get it all done. So then I can go and watch this old movie called Wyatt Earp. Dude, I looked at it and it said it was 3 hours. It was all 3 hours? I didn't even. I turned it off before I started it. Really? I was like, whoa, that's a long time in my day. Really? I'm going to try to watch this movie. Why? I don't know. Holy Spirit said to watch it. Actually, it had to do with the actors. It has every cool actor we ever had during our time in this movie. It's got to be good. Really? It's got to be, dude. Why would they paid too much for that? They paid for too many great actors. That's my idea on it. What's it about? I don't know. Historical white man of freaking America called Wyatt Earp. What's it about? I don't know. I don't know. It's a historical fucking dude. He wants me to know his story. Where are we at? Establishing sanctuary. I told you I'm in the tomb of Isis. Really? I'm in such an unbothered place. I don't even know. I woke up this morning and I was like, it's so quiet. You know that feeling on like Christmas Day where you try to go out and you just have to come back because everything's asleep. It's all quiet. That's what it was like this morning when I woke up. So I waited for the sun to come up and I thought that would change the energy. No, I just went back out there. It's the same thing. Quiet. Silence. You know that war that's popping off over there in Iran? That's very dangerous. I don't know if you guys understand the implications, and that's what I posted, and that just kind of shut me down. It's just crazy times, prophetic visions. I'm in a place where I just need to rest, lay myself to rest for what comes next. Yeah, well, I am the propheteerist. I am the witness to the bullshit. And though, everybody is oblivious, that's not my problem. My job is just to make it through this bullshit. Really? Man, ain't it some bullshit? I pulled this card because these are my favorite cards. Out of all my decks, everything I have, this is my favorite thing. It's called Divine Nature. Really? It's artistic more than anything poetic. Number 28. All right. Thoughts happen. They arrive unbiting and often premeditated. It is the ones we pay attention to that give power to shape the world of our personal experience. I've been putting a lot of thought energy into Wolfman. Really? A whole lot. Are you paying attention to the ones that fill you with expansion, hope, and possibility, or the ones that make you feel diminished? Stop right there. Let me finish this sentence and then I'm going to stop. Or the ones that make you feel diminished, small, and powerless. This is the difference about giving. Hi, guys. How are you? Let me open up the comments. This is the difference about giving your thoughts to the right thing. So there we go. They're open. Thinking about Wolfman makes me think of possibilities and expansion, adventure. You know what I mean? Something simplistic like, first off, like this dude could like take off and go away and that'd be cool. If he was trustworthy, then go away, go do your thing. Realistically, there should be that kind of fucking freedom. I was thinking about that. So, there's things, turn it off. I closed the door so I didn't have to hear it. And now you bring it out here. That's just disrespectful. Told you 3 times and even gave you a pair of headphones. Sorry, but not sorry. Really? Yes. Don't interrupt the teaching. Going back to it. So, thoughts of this person, as imaginary as they are, even if it's not this person, it creates, but it's, and that's where I'm trying to keep it focused on this person, is it creates possibilities and expansion. It gives you good feelings. Now, if I was to start thinking about fucking Bobby, then it starts to diminish. And now I'm small and powerless. It's limit. It's all limited. You know what I mean? It's impossibilities. It's negative. It's untrustworthy. It's lacking. There's no trust. There's no expansion. There's no freedoms. There's no nothing, bro. That's what it means about putting your attention where you put your attention. And it's true. It's a life sucking fucking thing to think about this guy. You drain my energy just thinking about you. Trying to think about something good with you turns out negative, just me sitting there. How can we have something good when the whole thought of you brings up nothing but negativity? Really? Yes. You have to start to learn to focus your thoughts. You know what I mean? If you see yourself thinking about something, rearrange it. Understand why you're thinking about it, but is it something that's making you feel good, or you're just sitting in something that makes you feel bad? Right? Out of mind is out of sight. So right now what's happening is I keep putting him out of my mind. I've been doing this with Wolfman for 2 years. He shouldn't be offended because I do it with every twin flame. It takes you about 2 years to get into that I'll let this in. So this is new. So now I have to let the thought of him grow instead of trying to push the thought of him out because I don't want to deal with it. Right? Now, when you deal with it, is it a positive thought or is it a negative thought? And that's what, you know what I mean, processing thoughts is all about. Let me start all over here. It's the ones we pay attention that have power to shape our world and personal experiences. Stop right there. So I'm seeing possibilities of how I could teach him and what we could do with those teachings. Do you know what I mean? I saw him doing his own card readings where he needed a space. I was like, here, you can do your card readings over here at my altar. I bet you they'll be more exciting. And that was it. He needs a place to do his card readings. And that's where I was like, well, sit here. This is going to light your fucking shit up. Really, it is the gateway. Seriously, yeah, I saw something like that. Whereas, you know what I mean? Put Bobby in the room and he's walking through my room and I'm like, don't touch any of that. He doesn't know what any of it is. Don't touch it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Would I trust Bobby alone in my fucking room? You know what I mean? He's probably going to steal my underwear or something weird. Seriously, I'm trying to say, dude. And am I wrong? Possibly. And I wanted to show you that. These are just outward opinions built on somebody's actions. When people act differently, you think differently about them. But this is my opinion based on what I've, accumulated so far. Would I trust Russ in my room? I'm working on that. If I had something musical, absolutely not. I wouldn't. My lyrics, I don't know. That's where it is. It's like, don't think about the people that make you think small. Think about the people that make you think big and positive. Are you paying attention to the ones that fill you with expansion, hope, and possibility, or the ones that make you feel diminished, small, and powerless? You cannot always control your circumstances, but you can certainly influence what and how you think about them and what you give your attention to. You live most of your life inside of your mind. Make sure it's a beautiful place to live. Will it be sanctuary or a hovel? The choice is yours right now. And that's, a lot of spiritualists tell you where you put your attention is where you put your energy. And it's really that. It's like you'll sit there all day thinking about some bullshit. You'll waste like 20 minutes on some negative ass bullshit where nothing good came from that. What was mine coming from? I was thinking about cooking him meals. Really? Yeah, I came up with some really great stuff. Why someone to enjoy meals with? My kids don't eat any of this shit. Really? I'd have someone to enjoy meals with. That's what I was thinking about. Really? What in particular? Garlic bread, grilled cheese. I'm still hungry, as you can see. I keep having these, that's what I told my daughter. I keep having these images of cream of mushroom soup, but I can only see the cream of the soup. Really, I just keep having these images. It's this dark gravy cream. I'm gonna make it or something. I have no idea. I'm about to go over and see if it's over at fucking Whole Foods or something. I don't know where this image is coming from. I think it's coming from Sioux Plantation, bro, which has been shut down. It got shut down with COVID. I think I have an image of something in the past that I'll probably never be able to obtain unless I learn how to make it myself. Really? Yeah. There's this great fucking, I think it still exists in San Diego. Bro, if you go to San Diego and you find Soup Plantation, bro, can you send me some soup? Seriously, dude. Come on, Kanye had some asshole bring him a fucking a lobster dinner over a helicopter. I just want some soup. Just freeze it and send it. Really? Yeah. The home office was actually in La Mesa, which is where I worked from. But they had these locations all across America. In the West Coast, they were called Soup Plantation. In the East Coast, they were called Sweet Tomatoes. It was an all you can eat buffet of a healthy salad bar, and they had soups. I'm pretty sure that's the soup I'm imagining. Why? I don't know. Of all the things that keep popping in my head, it's a good thought, but it's making me want it real bad. Like, really, really, it's not even coming from my stomach. It's coming from my mind. I'm being guided by my mind. It's like if I find this, I'm gonna totally break my fast. Seriously, yeah, it's not has nothing to do with my stomach. I'm just like I keep seeing this image of something I have to get. I have to get this. Really? I don't know. That's how visions work, bro. Your mind, I don't know. You can search through it and stuff. I had weird dreams of an ex this morning. My first baby daddy. I woke up out of it and I was like, "Oh god." He was trying to kiss me or something. He was trying to be intimate with me and I felt weird. I felt gross. I felt gross. I felt gross. That's what I told my daughter. I was like, I felt gross. Anything grosser would have been your father. It was this gross feeling. I don't know why. Ugh, maybe. It was gross. I'm sure I didn't feel like that when I was a teenager. I don't know. It was a gross feeling. Gross. Really? I'm just saying that's about it. What else? I get downloads, I get visions. I don't have thoughts. I tried to explain that. If I have a thought, it's a projection of an opinion of something I just saw. So I see things. If I see things, I say things, and they create thoughts. As I'm seeing things, I'm getting impressions, and that builds up a thought. Sometimes it doesn't. I just see a bunch of shit, and I never thought about it, and then I come back later. I was like, let me tell you about this shit I saw that I didn't think about. What the fuck was that? Really? I just take it in. I don't immediately opinionize it. I'll be like, what was that? I try to figure it out. I let my heart try to guide me before I make some jump off a cliff and say, this is what that was. And usually, if I do any of that, it's always wrong, anyways. Watch your thoughts. Why? They take you places. They're trying to tell you shit. That's for sure. That's how I got here, was paying attention to my thoughts. When I had my awakening, all I could hear was all the madness in my head. And I would just watch myself unconsciously, we call it pattern, just live life. I was like just a pair of eyes and ears inside of me, inside of this body. I could hear my mind arguing and crying and whining and yelling. And, it had so many opinions about everything all day. It would never stop chattering. Never. Oh, man. It was talking about yesterday, tomorrow, what it saw, everything. I'd be cruising down the street and come on, Easy, say anything else. Sorry. That was about to be easy. It was about to come out my mouth. I'd be cruising down the street and I would just listen. Like that would be the only time where I could get out of it because it would be focused on the road, but all kinds of things. And I would just listen to it and I would go through it. Some of it I would laugh at, some I would cry at. I would just listen to the stories that my mind told. And then as I started telling them, it stopped repeating the same shit all the time and started telling different stories. And I would go through those. And it's just the nurturing of the mind. Really, it's got a lot of thoughts, your expression, all of everything that you go through in a day or in a life is all stored up there. They say that's who you are. But no, it's just processing through there and it can give impressions to who you are and shit like that. So yeah, I used to watch my egos flare up. I used to watch, I would subconsciously just get up, get dressed, get ready, and then take a quick moment and look at myself and just be like, well, this is me for today. And this is who we chose to be today. And then I'd just watch myself go into the world and I'd watch myself act and I'd watch myself talk and I'd watch people. I'd mainly watch people. More than what I was watching myself was watching people receive me. Really? I could hear what was going on in my head. And that's that Inside Out movie. It's like you're having an experience, but all those voices are going on inside of your head. And that's how it was. I was just sitting there listening to all this shit. Really? Until I tried to jump in. All right, everybody. My name is, and I'm about to take a hold of this bitch. Ha ha! That was fun times. Really? No, it wasn't so easy. Because I didn't even realize, you know what I mean? I was trying to stop unconscious behaviors, which we call as patterns. Just doing the shit that I always did and trying to stop doing the shit I was always doing. It was just a way of life. I just did this type shit. And I was like, all right, we're going to implement new patterns here. We're going to do new stuff now. Oh, I just threw the system off because I had routines, religious routines, put OCD on top of it. And it's like, was how I went. And the weekends were really scary. Really? Oh, I can look back at it and I would do like unbelievable tweaker shit. Like I would just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going. Really? Yeah. It's like, whoa, turn the system off. Really? It would jump from one task to the next task to the next task. I could be moving furniture in my house or cleaning out the fucking parking lot or who fucking knows, bro? All kinds of weird shit. Oh, God. Fuck. Imagine. You can't. I had to slow that thing down. The mind will tell you it comes up, it wants to be part of the world, it wants to be active, it wants to be, it's a force inside of you, a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. And you know what I mean? That's what it is arguing through your mind. Um, it's kind of funny. I was having that download too. Is something I didn't consider, or something I guess I put on him from the beginning was he had no dick control. Really? As soon as I met him, I was like, "You're a whole knight of wands, bro. You have no dick control." Realistically, well, I mean, he kind of showed off a little bit too, but can he have dick control? Where does that come from? Your mind. It's not like your dick's out of control. That was it. We would just put that thing to sleep once in a while. That's not it. It's your mind. If a man has self discipline over his mind, then you have no fear of his behaviors because he knows how to control that motherfucker. It's all in his mind. And so I looked at Wolfman. I was like, oh, bro, you're a whole egotistical bastard. You do whatever that big brain tells you to do. If he can learn to control his brain, and that's for every one of you women that are trying to understand how to have control over your man, you can't. Only he can. And it's all in his head. If he can't start working through that shit, he'll never have control. He'll be out of control by his thoughts, which are also his feelings. They all stem from that motherfucker. If we hit him in the right part of his neck, he'll never feel again. Really? Or a certain part of his head. Really? We can knock his head certain ways and he could forget everything for the rest of his life. Maybe that's what happened to me. Terrible head injury. Who knows? Fuck off. Realistically, it doesn't matter. But that's what I mean. It all comes from the brain. And that's why you're supposed to be wearing, maybe these guys play too much football without a helmet. Maybe Wolfman didn't always ride a bike with a helmet. Kanye was putting fucking nitrous in his. That's not where that goes. You're not supposed to be doing that. Your thoughts are all fucked up. Realistically, I mean, how long does it take for that shit to air itself out of his brain? There's no windows up there, guys. The only way that shit's gonna come out is out his mouth, and nobody wants to hear it. Come on, Kanye, puff puff pass. I want to hear all the shit that comes out of that bullshit. I'm gonna stick this gas in your head and set a whole fire off in there. He's gonna be blowing steam out his ears. We're gonna burn that toxicity out of your brain. Really, some of you put quite a bit of shit in your brain. Not good shit, for that matter. How much God shit have you put in? Not too much. So, moving on. Your brain. Don't put any drugs on it because it's already fucked off. And start listening to the thoughts that come out and start redirecting them. You literally have to stop yourself. Oh, Russ doesn't like that. But I had to, I did it to him. I did it. Bobby doesn't like it either. Nobody likes that I do that. I will erase you out of my nature. I will erase you out of my brain. If I feel like I need to for protection, I do that for protection. Really? I will stop the thinking process. And that's what I told you. I won't think about you. I won't allow myself to even think about you at all. So I'll force myself to forget about you. Russ seen it. I completely forgot about our whole beginning. Completely. 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 It's in the videos. Only he, the world, and those videos know what I went through with him. I don't. I just have these faint memories of crying, looking at the stars, begging God not to be in love with Russ. That's what I didn't want to happen with fucking Wolfman. I didn't want to be in love like that. Really? No. Who wants to be in love like that? Love like this before. Mary J. Blige, I guess. Well, I'm not obliged to do such things. I am the Lilith. Thank you very much. Moving on to it. So that's where it is where do you put your thoughts? Do you get pissed off? You think about things that piss you off? That's nice. What do you do with that energy? I could do that. That's what it is. What kind of thoughts do you think I have when I think about Bobby? You think they're great? Oh, I love him. Do you think I get maybe pissed off? Do you think I'm hurt by it? No. But don't you think I get annoyed? These aren't good thoughts, my friend. I don't have good thoughts when I think of you. And that's it. You should think about why people don't like you. What's the thought they have against you? What's the last time they saw you? How did you treat them? You're so mad that people don't got nice things to say about you, but that's because you weren't nice to them and you don't want to face that. Really? Yeah, every Sunday we pull a. I'm not going to pull this card. Why? Because it's all about masculinity and I'm not going to man up on you. We're supposed to pull the Lumerians every Sunday. That's the whole reason I got on here. And then I'm going to teach Christ's words because I promised to do that too. And then I'll probably end up doing all the teachings I always ever say. Damn, that's a bright, beautiful car. Whoa. Really? Hey, that is beautiful. It's like my flowers that won't die. Are they still living? They're kind of falling over finally. Had them there for a long time. Really? Maybe I should change the water. It might grow again. How do you do that? Love, bro. Love. They're not getting no sun. I'm the sun. Actually, the Son is over there, and so is the Father who art in heaven. Just kidding. Number 36, manifesta. Manifestia. Are we teaching you how to manifest? Really? Okay, so here's the thing, how a manifestation works. Even if I can't shove Wolfman into this manifestation, I'm already thinking about, I'm getting out of my comfort zone and thinking of putting myself in an uncomfortable place, making myself comfortable. Excuse me. I'm getting out of my comfortable place, my comfortable zone, and getting comfortable with the idea of being close or sharing my activities, doing things with someone else, even if it's not this person. And that's the power of these fucking twin flames. They get me thinking about things I never thought of before. They get me hoping on things, even if the hope, and I don't believe it, God's been trying to push this. Even if I'm hoping on a fucking dead star, I'm still hoping. And if the star is dead, another star will stand in that place. Meaning it's just the power of manifestation. I'm putting myself into the idea of these things. No, they're giving me the idea of these things so I can wrap my head around it and be comfortable with it and try to play it out. You want to play out house in your head. You can't, picture what it would be like. I never do. I don't picture what it would be like to be with you because then it pushes me into fears, insecurities, sexual trauma, all kinds of shit. I don't like to think about what it would be like to be with a man because then it goes into complete hysteria in my head. Yes, I avoid such things. Who are you? I'm the Lilith. Does it have to really do with Lisa's life? And then I was thinking about that. You don't know what to call me. You call me Phoenix. If you feel like you want to call me Lilith, that's fine, but it's going to be difficult because I don't stay in the Lilith. You're going to be calling me every name from freaking past life. You call me Phoenix. You can't call me Lisa because I'm not Lisa. Lisa was a part of me, and that's the name I have to carry with the skin, but it disrespects what I am. I left Lisa to become Phoenix. To keep calling me Lisa is to not acknowledge that Lisa got me here, but I'm not Lisa anymore. Really? Yeah. Something simplistic like Bobby don't even get that shit. It's like, dude, I don't know why you won't get this. Moving on. All right. Manifestation, sowing seeds of your dreams, creating your reality, trusting what you desire already happening, magic making, pollinating your wishes, as above, so below. That's what he wants. He wants all my powers. There's really no reason. It's just his ego and his pride. There's no reason for him not to give in other than his fear of what, you know what I mean? What I was going to do. Well, you can't fear whatever it is, or you can just go with the flow. All right, you can decide how you want to live. The universe is full of support of your choosing to step into the optimal version of yourself. I got this download today. Really? Yes, another one. I was doing all this furniture shopping, and I don't know where I got to point it out. My social worker or my caseworker, whatever you call her, she hasn't been here for a long time since the like Thursday. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just noticed I have not seen her in the building. I sent her emails about, purchasing my products, but I haven't got a word back from her. And everything I told you, God in the fucking internet when it comes to me, call it Mercury retrograde. But whatever the case may be, he's holding things up. And today he gave me a different idea. Really? Yes. So I don't know. As far as furnishing my house and stuff like that, that's what we were talking. That was what we were thinking about. It started a bigger conversation. Why? Well, something happened. I went down to Callie, who's the director, and just on the way out one day, it occurred to me to ask her. I just asked her out of nowhere. What happened? When I told them and I threw this big fit about this room, they did the same thing. They took the fucking couch out and that was the huge problem why they had to move us to another place because there wasn't enough beds now for everybody. So they took the couch out and she's like, look, I'm going to order her own bed off of Amazon, a little trundle or a little pull away, if that's okay with you. And then we'll put a mattress in for right now until it gets here. Cool. So they put a mattress and you can hear her rolling around on the plastic back there. They put a mattress up here and never brought up the rollaway. And I never said anything because I didn't care because it was only a couple weeks. Right. And so I went out there and I was like, hey, Kelly, my spirit told me to ask you if we could take that bed with us. She said, what bed? I was like, well, the bed that's in there. We never got the other bed. She said, you never got it? It got here. I was like, yeah. I was like, no, but it's a queen bed and I know you're not going to leave it in the room. It's still in plastic and we need furnishings. Can it come out of my budget? She's like, you could just take it. So then when she said that, I thought about it. I was like, I should probably talk to them about them ordering through wherever they order from because it'll be way cheaper. I'm telling you, you could get bed frames pretty cheap, but the mattresses themselves are no less than $130, bro. The cheapest mattress that's still going to be, you can sleep on it, is going to be at least $130. And I don't have the biggest budget, and I'm trying to we have to have a bed in each room, right? So do the math right there. I can get cheap frames, but then, all of that. And then I need the bedding and all that. And we need to go squish pillows. I can't buy pillows online. You have to know the squishiness. I told my daughter this 2 days ago. We have to go squish the pillows to know which ones we want to order. You're funny. No, these are the type of stupid, logical, fucking little minor details you have to take into consideration. You can't just buy any fucking pot and pan. Really? Not if I'm going to be cooking on it. I need and that's it too. I don't just don't get me started. This is why the fucking shopping list became such a fucking problem for me. Why? Because I take time to think about the details and what matters. I'm not just out there blowing money I need this and this and this. No, I need shit that's going to, you know what I mean? Anyways, just saying God gave me another vision today about more manifestations to this shit. And they did have somebody come in. The last time I saw her, that was the last time I saw her. I was walking out and somebody was donating furniture. There was desks. And I was like, I need a freaking altar. She said, as soon as I saw this, I thought about you. She's like, I'm going to put your name on it and put it in the back with your stuff. Right. So I was thinking about that. And then I was looking at, there's all this shit. I just need a friend with a truck. I want to do it myself is what I was thinking. I was like, I should just have them rent me a truck so then I can go and get all my own furniture. And then when I have, what I've collected on my own, then I'll tell them what to buy. I was doing it the opposite way. I need a friend with a truck. And that's me breaking down my independence. I'm saying this from my heart and it hurts. Rather than telling them to get me a truck and I will go out there and I will do this all by myself, I'm saying I need a friend with a truck. Someone to help me do what I'm going to do. And that's what it means. Ew, my stomach growled at that very idea. It's like breaking down I'm just really something so simplistic. Like, I don't want you to know where I live. I don't want you to bring my furniture in my house. I don't want any of that. I'm so fucking protective about certain things and especially more about energy now. I thought about it and I thought about it and I thought about it and I thought about it. And I don't know if I can truly have a housewarming party. I've never been the type of person to let people into my home. Never, no. And now we're talking about energy, and I know how you're, just sitting long enough and your thoughts and your words, and it's like I knew that when I went to the studio, I could feel it. I could feel people's thoughts and feelings all over the walls. It was like grime in a bathroom floor, like in the corners, in the corners. That's what it felt like. Really? I'm very funny. I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to work on getting such a closed off person. All right, dream big, then dream bigger. Now is the time to start the projects you've been considering. All it takes is some pollination. In the realm of making magic happen, we say, as above, so below. So start planting your dream seeds and nourish the soil with enthusiasm for what can and will be. Feel your dream in its entirety as if it already happened and then let it go. And that's where you have to let yourself be engulfed in this vision. Put yourself in it. What does it feel like? What do you fear? What does it feel like to have this person around you? What are you doing? What is it? You know what I mean? That's it. Something simplistic. I thought about something simplistic. You have to start simple. How would it feel to pick him up at the airport? It's 20 to 30. And that's what I started thinking in my head. I started thinking about how far it is from there to my house. We'll have to go all the way out and then all the way down because I live in the middle of town. It's a long, awkward drive. You're very close. We're sitting in the car now. This is where it starts. The awkwardness starts here. Really, I have to take baby steps. I have a big mind that explodes with fears. I'm like, all right, what? Oh, that's gonna, you're so close. I usually put people in the back seat. Do you? 1000%. It's the old lift. I tell them, I fill my front seat with shit and tell them, if you're gonna have my room in the back, I don't worry, I have a lift sticker. Nobody will ask questions. Seriously, I make everybody sit in my back seat. SB. Seriously, this is hard for me. This is hard for me. Everything is. I'm so fucking independent. I'm so alone. I'm so used to just me and not another person other than those guys, which are these two. Let all sense of control or direction go. This is hard. Jesus, take the wheel. Do not try to manage it. Feel how beautiful your dreams fruition would be, and then leave it alone to flourish as it will. Any sense of desperation or neediness will only falter its progress. Although the lesson gained as a res- yeah, although the lessons gained as a result of this will bring growth, depending on what you are ready for. And that's where it is. When I started with this, I started thinking about having a house, and I was like, that's too much. Everything is a bit much for me. Really, it feels like the weight of the world, all responsibility that I gave to God. I don't ask to be put back on. No. Mm-mm. Germinate your dream seeds in the present tense with positive terminology, rather than thinking in terms of what you don't want. Focus on what you do want, as if you already have it, and the subconscious will hear the keywords and bring you more of this. So, how did I start this? Redirection. I put my mind on Lilith and Samael and worked off of that rather than Persephone and Hades. Really, him being in all control. I had to work off of something else. Really, and that's just kind of where it is like, all right, this mindset isn't working. It just leads to frustration and anger. Why? Because I feel forced. I feel forced. I don't like being forced into this. And that's where it is I had to do it on my own. I had to feel like I had some kind of, I don't know, the surrender had to be of my own accord is what it was. So that's where it kind of is. Be creative with your dream. They were always trying to feed me these possibilities of where we could be a spiritual power couple, and that's all I'm leaving it at, because if I go any further, I'll start panicking and it'll turn into some weird shit. But I can see it as that, and that makes me feel comfortable. That makes me feel safe. It's just, you know what I mean, a spiritual power couple. And he becomes extremely powerful by me teaching him my spiritual knowledge. and it's something he actually wants, and it's something I do naturally. And if he can actually harness it, then that makes me feel real joyful that somebody else learned this. So it's a win-win, and that's what God was trying to show me. But because him and his behaviors were triggering all of that, I couldn't see past his behaviors to see this. Again, they kept trying to paint him in this light that he could be, you know what I mean, a great spiritual partner in this. Remember, that's what I was looking for. And when he showed up, I showed all these guys. I was like, dude, check this out. There's a fucking spiritual dude. He does tarot. He reads the Erotesic. He's like, does what I do. I was like looking for, I was trying to make you guys this guy, is what I said in the beginning. I was. I was trying to create them into what he naturally is. I think Bobby caught on to that towards the end, and that's why he was feeding me this, I want to learn, and he was like repeating my words and shit back to me to act like he cared about what I cared about, just to, you know what I mean, get me to give him attention. But he always tells me he has no idea what I'm talking about. Yet you listen to me every day. Incorporate the natural, what is this? Be creative with your dreams. Create symbols from letters that make up your wish sentence. Incorporate the natural elements that resonate with your manifestation, such as fire or earth. Find meaningful. I'm still afraid of taking you up there. I'm like, I saw that too. I saw that too. Like, my skin is afraid of that mountain. It always has been, since the first time to the second time, but I swore I'd never go up there again without someone else. But I thought that made me feel better. But even thinking about going up there with you makes me scared. My skin is scared of that mountain, even with you. It's not like any, dude, I promise you, it's just a road, and I don't even know where it lives, and there's where it leads. There's people that live up there in cabins. I met a woman down here that had pictures of the very white buffalo I met up there. You know what I mean? She knew about this place. People go to this place. It's nothing spiritual to them. Same with Mother Cabrini Shrine or Red Rocks. Nothing spiritual happens to these people when they go to these places. But I'm telling you, that shit changed my life forever, and I'm scared of it. Just thinking of it brings tears to my eyes. My skin is so scared of taking you there. I don't want to. Can't I just, can he just go by himself? I don't want to go up there. I know what's up there. What is it? It's a portal, bro. I tried to tell you. That shit scared the shit out of me, bro. I'm scared of that mountain still. I'm terrified. My skin is so scared of going there. And I was trying to forget it. I was like, maybe I don't remember how to get there. And it showed me exactly how to get there. And it's just, you cross over all you do is, you just walk into a new reality, bro. And it's like, oh my God. It's scary. I'm scared, dude. He wants me to take you there. There's nothing to be scared of the physical. It's all spiritual. And it's not even the gates of hell. It's something. I don't know how to explain it, because God doesn't have a form, and it's not heaven, because it's just a portal into the kingdom. But you're still physically here. I don't know. We'll see what happens to you. I'm afraid for what'll happen to me again. I don't know what will happen to you. But maybe that's the only reason they can get me back up there, is if I take you with me. I am so scared of going back up there. What is it? It's where I got my calling, bro. It's where I got my first time I went up there. I got a flush of downloads. I blacked out completely. I just parked my car. I didn't even cross the threshold. I just parked it. I saw this hill, and I was like, I don't know where that goes. I'm going to turn around right here and just give it a minute. So I turned around right at where the threshold is, and I blacked out for who knows how long, until a truck came up, and then I came out of it. It was my first real dark trance where I didn't know where I was, and I just look up and I'm like, where am I? And this guy tells me, I was like, what is up there? He's driving by and he sees me, and I look lost, and I'm just kind of parked there looking weird, a deer in headlights, I'm sure. And I rolled my windows down, and I kind of blink my eyes, and there's a man in a truck next to me. That's what happens on my side. I blink my eyes and there's a man in a truck. And this is what comes out. I was like, what's up there? He said, it's just a lookout on the top of the mountain. People go up there to, take pictures and shoot their guns. It's like, oh. And I left there and I had had all these prophetic visions and I wasn't even sure how I got there and what it was. And I was just so weirded out. And I took my ass home. And then after a big ceremony down in Manitou Springs, where they took me to the top of, not the top, I think I climbed 1,300 stairs only. And I did a ceremony on a rock up there. They call it the Stairway to Heaven. It's in Manitou, which is cursed. That's Wiccan territory. They have huge Wiccan gatherings every year there. That's the home of Wicca, is Manitou Springs. So I had to go through the darkness to get to the Stairway to Heaven. And this is all cursed too, because some ancient, some ancient Indian or Native American prophecies. So I go up there to do a ceremony, which I know is the divine feminine awakening, plus to clear the dirty blood of the tribes. After that, I'm dragged from there to, and this is way down in Colorado Springs, past Colorado Springs. I'm dragged from there. It's by the Garden of the Gods. This is where it happens. I go to the Garden of the Gods first, and then I go to Heaven's Stairs. Then I'm dragged back from there to Red Rocks. From Red Rocks to Mother Cabrini Shrine. From Mother Cabrini Shrine to this ancient place. I'm at the same place, and my spirits tell me to go up this hill, but it's covered in snow this time. And I know I can't make it. But my spirit says go. And I go up, guys, I probably went like a block, not even a block. I could still see the bottom of the hill where I tranced the first time. And that's where I got stuck and had this huge thing happen to me, where God gave me my, as he said, my wings. I got my Blackfoot back, my Indians, and I got his prophetic message. It was then and there he told me the message that I would travel with for the rest of my life. I'm going to put you in places. There's going to be people there, but they're not going to be able to help you. All you're going to have are the clothes on your back, and you're going to have to stay there until the job is done. I got stuck in the snow, and I panicked. I had all this witchcraft. I had all this shit in my car. All I wanted to do was get out of the snow, but I couldn't. This is my first time ever happening. So I'm trying to dig myself out. I'm crying. I'm breathing. I'm doing everything. I can't get this car out, and I'm panicking. As I sit there and I just light up a joint, this guy comes down the hill out of nowhere. And he's got rosy red cheeks. He's this puffy white guy, and he's wearing a Florida Gators shirt. And he says, "You're stuck, huh?" And I said, "Yes." And I'm trying to act like I'm not panicked, He's like, "Me too," or "Us too." I said, "Us?" He said, "Yeah, me and my girlfriend up there. We went up there to the lookout, but we didn't make it." I was like, "I'm going to go see if I can find someone to help us out. I'll see if I can find someone for you too." That made me feel good. I was like, all right, there's help. So then I got back out and I started to try again, but I couldn't do anything. My feet were frozen. I just sat there. He came back after a while and he had a 6-pack of beer. He said, I found an insurance guy. He's going to call a tow truck for us. He said, it'll be a while. Do you want a beer? I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, all right, I'll be up there if you need anything. And I'm sitting in my car and the wind starts to blow and it's getting dark and the wind's blowing like it sounds like wolves howling. I'm getting scared and more scared and more scared. And I'm like, God, I'm never going to get out of here. Why did you bring me here? What? And all of a sudden, bro, in my darkest hour when I'm crying, my spirit says, call 911. It never occurred to me. I thought I was going to die up there. But at the same time, I knew I wasn't alone. There was some guy up there too. And I call the police and I'm crying. And I'm like, I don't know where I am. I'm lost and I'm stuck in the snow. They're like, all right, we're going to use GPS to find you. All right, we know where you are. You're in Gilpin County. We're going to contact the sheriffs. They're going to come assess and if anything, they'll get you out of that car. It's like, all right. So now I know they're coming. And I sit still and I start to calm down. And I start smoking and I'm chilling and I'm like, fuck. My car is covered with all this witchcraft that I bought and all this shit. And I have no idea how to even explain where I am and what I'm doing. And they could show up. And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, all right, well, we have a tow on our thing. Let's see if we can just tow you out off of our car. And, as they're saying that, I look over and past the trees behind them, I see a herd of buffalo. And I said, do you see that? I interrupted this whole emergency. And I said, do you see that? And they look behind, and the buffalo are running in a circle. They're running in a huge circle. There's like, I don't know, maybe 20 of them behind these trees. Not far. I could walk over there, but my feet are frozen. And in the middle is a white buffalo. And I get out of my car and I walk towards it. I was like, do you see this? It's like, it's a white buffalo. They both say it. I have their card. It's in my voodoo bag. I'll never forget this day. And I was like, it's a white buffalo. He said, yeah. They said, so-and-so. They know it's a name. There's a man up there, and this is his buffalo. This is his ranch. They know his name, Uncle something or something like that. And at that moment, I was like, every one of my fears, everything that made me wonder of why I was here, it was because of this. I knew when I saw that white buffalo, I knew that everything God had just put me through was for this moment. And I had no idea what this meant. But I knew as soon as that buffalo, I assumed that it was over. And it was. As I stood there staring at the buffalo, they went back to their car. They grabbed the tow, they put it on my car, and I was out. And I come down and I'm panicked. I've been up there for so long. I call my kids. I'm like, I'm sorry. I had no service. They're like, Mom. I was like, I was having a real emergency. I'm so sorry. And I'm coming home right now. And I'm so sorry. I'm not really that far. I'm not far. I'm outside of the casinos, probably Central City. It's between Black Hawk and Central City. I'm not far from them. Not as far as I am, but I'm panicked on the top of this mountain. And when I come down, I get those messages and I make a video about it. And I'm like, there's something wrong with my back. It hurts. It hurts real bad. And the spirit's telling me I've gained my wings. And I was like, my feet hurt so bad. And they're like, you've got your Blackfoot Indian back. And I was like, it's not funny. Quit making fun of me. I hurt. I'm scared. This was terrible. Right? So then I get home and I Google the story of the Buffalo Soldier. And I almost died. And I'm going to leave that to you because that's where you need to understand this story of where as above, so below. The story of what is in Google played out with me on that mountain. It wasn't like that, but it was another version. And that's where our reality, that reality seeps into this reality. And to find out what's real here, you have to go back to what really happened before because it's really playing right now. True story. So that's what happened on that mountain. When I came back from that mountain, the first time I came up that mountain, I got the prophetic vision of this is what I was going to do with my life, that I was going to save humanity and that I had done this on other planets. He showed me all of my lives from beginning to end, including the end of this one, all on that mountain the first time I was there. It took me 3 days to try to process what I had seen, for those visions to come back to mind and for me to put it into words. I made a video of it. I was completely confused because I was not the Savior Christ. I was not a man. I was not Jewish. How could I have anything to do with the second coming of Christ? Under my small thinking, I had no understanding of the goddess and the divine feminine. I had none of that. That was not taught to me in this lifetime. None of it other than movies. Same as you. So that was the first time. The second time, all of this that happened in Manitou Springs, he took me, and that's what I wondered. Will I remember how I got to that convent of priests? He took me to a place where priests were schooled. I don't know what it was. I was making a video. I'm like, guys, where am I? God just took me off the highway. Look at it. It's got all kinds of scripture, but it's not from our Holy Bible. It's got all these pictures, but they're not from our Holy Bible. What is it? I ran around it twice, and then a guy comes out, and he tells me this is a convent for up-and-coming priests. And at that time, God told me to tell him about the divine feminine awakening. I gave him the prophecy straight out of my mouth, straight to a freaking house full of priests in the beginning. All of this is in there. It's crazy. And God wants me to take Wolfman there. I am fucking terrified of that place. It's not the hill. It's not anything. It's the information you access. Call it an antenna. Call it an antenna. And you're about to plug into it, or they want me to. And the next one shows Mount Shasta. There's another antenna I don't want to plug into. Good Lord. And that's what happened to me. That's where the wolf spirit came from. The Red Wing Chief of Minnesota. I think I said Michigan yesterday. Minnesota. I'm guided to do a family walk. I got Noah's staff, and we're going to the top of this mountain that's right there in Red Wing, Minnesota, that looks over the Mississippi River. I go up there and I'm guided to do a sage burn, and I sit and I do it, and I have my headphones on, and I can see all of time. He shows me all these visions. He shows me everything. When I come down from it, right there, my daughter shows, she's right there underneath the rock that I'm praying on. There's a place, and it's filled with wolf hair. And I told her to collect it, and that's where this came from. When he said, if you want to give up your material world and go praise God at the top of a mountain, he had no idea what that really meant for me, and how, you know what I mean, insulting that was to my lifestyle. He didn't really know, or maybe he did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many of my videos he watches. It's plenty to watch when you're bored. All right, anyways, let's go back into this. Let's see. Incorporate the natural elements that resonate with your manifestation, such as fire and earth. Find meaningful symbols that align with your desired outcome as a rush of energy, and charge it with intention for the greatest good. In meditation, send them off into the heart space of the ethers. Meanwhile, turn the physical soil in real time. Do the necessary preparations to relax into the knowledge that with that intention that is enough. What does that mean? Make preparations for the vision you saw. What did I see? Certain things. Okay. Making him lunch, where we go, certain places we go, certain things we do, the accommodations. Just, I would say, I wouldn't say it's my job as his guide. I'm more like his tour guide here. Really? All of that. That's what I see. He likes to eat well. So they showed me stuff to make him to eat. I don't know what he eats, but they showed me what you would like. They said, make this when he comes. Okay. That's all. They're showing me how to treat you. They're showing me how to prepare for you. They're showing me how it'll feel. Really? If not now, it will come. They're preparing me for you. And that's what the Holy Spirit did for everyone. Back to the book of Acts. They said he will come, and you will serve him dinner, and you will find him a place to sleep. And this was what you will do for him. These are the men of God. When they come, this is, you know what I mean? The Holy Spirit tells you they're coming. That goes back to Melchizedek. Dan Chesborough comes home from a long day, and there's this woman called Jeffrey sitting on his couch. Jeffrey has just came from Seattle on the trip from hell, sent by the very angel that talks to him. Melchizedek sent me. What? You mean like you mean what? The imaginary angel that speaks to me sent you to me? Yeah, it took him a while to put it all together, but that's what it is. And that's what you know what I mean? That's what I'm supposed to do. Really? Down to running you a spiritual bath. Yeah? Seriously, you're going to be freaked out. I can see it. I already seen it. Your reactions. It's like, I've never felt like that before. It happens to me every time I take a bath. It's kind of scary in there, don't you think? What was in that bath? It's those moments. What was in that tea? Nothing. The gates are all around us, and I just keep jumping into them. Do you see? It's not me, bro. Have you seen Pock yet? Did he call you a bitch? Or what did he say to you? I want to know. He calls Russ a bitch all the time. So, all right. This card encourages you to dream big. It comes as a reminder that you can choose how you want your life to go. You can manifest all you wish to create or release. And as much as I was talking shit about Russ, I said that to Russ. In the middle of my ceremony last night, I saw Russ making music. I was like, and I sent him a message. I was like, this is teaching. I was like, what did I tell you? Something to the effect, it probably sounded better in the DMs. It always does. Two are better than one. I was like, I have to learn that. And that's what Kobe's teaching us is teamwork is better, or we're going to be better in teams. We can do better in teams than by ourselves. is what I said. And then said that I was like, as many things as Wolfman can be for me, he can't fill that area. He can't be my friend in music. He can be there while we create music, but he's not going to be my mentor. He's not going to be that for me. He can be a great many things, but he can't be that. And Russ was always supposed to be my friend in music. Really? Yeah. We're supposed to make music. He wants to make better music. I want him to make better music. He has to just put down the pride. I always wanted him to make better music. It's nothing bad for me for him to make better music. I'm not against his growth because if he makes better music, he makes better listeners. I wasn't against that. He just thought he could do it on his own. He thought he could take what I knew and he could apply it and that would be enough. It's not how it works. And that goes back to it, making fun of you. You want to do it all by yourself. You want to tell everybody how hard off you are. But look at Eminem. I told you, he doesn't do it by himself. There's a whole fucking army of people that help him, that made him what he is. Really? And he had to make a business out of them. He took them and, made his own business out of them, but he doesn't. He doesn't do it by himself. And fucking Dre don't do shit for him. What did Dre do for your album? Seriously, though, nothing. Going back to that, that's what I told him. You can't expect one person to be everything for you because they'll fall short. You can't make one person everything, is what I mean like that. He can be a great many things, but he can't be everything for me. You have to learn not to ask everything of everyone, not to put certain roles. And that's what it is. Going back to B, I was just a kind person until we become friends. Now there's this responsibility and all of these expectations. Why can't I just be a kind acquaintance? Once we step over into that friendship zone, now it's, there's these rules, regulations, expectations, unsaid promises that need to be made because now you've gone over from just kind acquaintances to quote unquote friends. I'm a friendly person. And because of that, people try to befriend me, but they don't know how to be friends to me. Something to think about. Something I do lack is friendship. I do lack friendship. And that's, that's companionship. But as far as this, he's he can be something that nobody else can, which is a spiritual companion. That's something I can't find so simplistically. And that's something that they have to have of their own. You know what I mean? This has to be something you're into on your own. You know what I mean? Like I'm seeing college. We're in the same classes because this is what we wanted to do with our lives. You know what I mean? So our life path aligns in that sense. Doesn't mean that I don't have room for music and, different things like that. He can't be my homegirl. There's no way that Wolfman Oscar can be the divine feminine in my life. He can't be that. And to ask him to be that would be, unnatural. He can be in his divine feminine energy with me, but asking him to be a divine feminine, that's not who his character is. Really? And that just goes to show you is you can't make one person your everything because you're still going to be lacking. You have to have, that, your community. Really? I can't put the whole weight of the church on him, no more than my music, production, anything. All I can do, that's it. It's like everybody, there's room in my life for other people, but everybody wants to be that main person. And it's like, that's not what that means. It's like everybody, I don't know. Going back to Russ. Russ needs someone to collaborate with, to bounce ideas off of, someone to help him. He won't admit it, but he needs collaboration as much as I do. And if I can admit it, then it can shine back to him. He's always trying to collaborate with people, but he can't make the right connection. Very, very mirrored over here. And that's just what it is, even someone like Logic, we become so over self-independent that we don't need people. And it's true, we don't. But saying something like that, I don't need a friend with a truck, but I'm going to open myself up to this experience of help. I'm going to open myself up to someone helping me rather than me doing it all by myself. because I want the experience of help, not because I'm not too good for it or I'm afraid of it. And in most cases, you're afraid for someone to help. And that was it. Why don't you want no one to help you? I don't want no one to know where I live. I don't want no one to come in my house. I don't want none of that. I'd rather just take up my own furniture. I'll figure this all out by myself. That is a very, very broad of you. Yeah, it's fearful though. That's really what it is. Can I wash your energy out of my house after I let you in? Yes. But can you forget where I live? And that's what I mean. That's an old fear of mine. That goes back to hustling days. I have to let that go. It doesn't matter if they know where you live. You're not supposed to fear people. Really? Mm-mm. You're not supposed to fear people. I'm trying to work on shit like that. Anyways, you can manifest all you wish to create or release. It's time to sow the seeds of reality you want to experience. We read all of this, didn't we? Yeah. In magic practice, there's a saying, as above, so below. So you try to take the thoughts that are given to you, not the negative thoughts that you're working with. Think you know the difference because it's something you never thought of before. Really? That's the difference between prophetic visions and your own selfish desires or limited perception. Really? Yeah. The power of the masculine has to do with Mars energy that we're about to go into, but I'm a little burnt out. Really? I'm on a hunt for fucking cream of mushroom soup in my head. It started there, and then I started thinking about fucking chicken quesadillas. I mean, chicken enchiladas. I was seeing myself baking chicken enchiladas. I was seeing myself cooking a lot of food. Really? Do you cook that much? No? I guess. Maybe I'm about to. I don't know. Maybe. Really? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Manifestations. What is God giving you? What visions is He giving you on your life? He doesn't mean go out and do it right away, but put yourself in the idea of it and prepare for it and make it a vision. Even, and that's what I mean. Maybe it's not Wolfman that I'm preparing for. I'm preparing my lifestyle for. Maybe it won't be him that sits and does cards. Is that true? I don't think so. There's not another guy in my life that does cards that's going to sit at my altar and do his card readings. I don't have another one of those. I can't see this as another guy. Process of elimination in sense. But it starts the ideas. It starts the well. Really? Again, I don't think, if they say think for yourself, I don't really think about anything. No, I try to tell you it's a flat line in there, absolute silence. And that because of that, because I'm not thinking about, wasting my day on my own opinions or beliefs or memories, God can put in all kinds of visions in there. I can be receptive to anything because I'm not focused on anything. Really? That's how it happens. But, let me tell you with all true honesty, when my mind went quiet, it was the scariest moment of my life. I was so used to all parts of me talking and arguing and not getting along and having a word to say about everything, the chatter of my mind. I was used to the noise. When it went silent, I was scared. It took me about 2 days to get used to it. I was terrified of the silence that I sat in. And that's all I do until a thought pops in. It's just silent. What are you thinking about? Nothing. Ask me what I'm seeing. Ask me what I'm seeing, not what I'm thinking, but ask me what God's showing me. That's different. When I ask you what you're thinking about, you're really stuck on a thought, a vision. You're thinking about work. You're thinking about the garage. You're thinking about laundry. You're thinking about a meal. You're thinking that your visions are on something of this world and of this time. That's thinking. My visions are not of anything of today or yesterday or anything. They're of a different time. I'm in a different place of reality. Mostly, I'm here. You can see me. I'm here all day. But what's going through my mind and versus what's going through everybody else's as I'm walking through the valleys of the shadows, they're all asleep. They're in their thoughts. I'm just looking at people. I'm a child in a grocery store. I am a child everywhere. I am a child of God just watching all these people think and walk and move and talk. Really? I don't even try to wonder, like, what the fuck? Sometimes, the fuck was you thinking? And I'm like, no, that's going to hurt my head trying to put myself inside of your small brain. What led to this thought? But I see how thought patterns are created. Really? Mm-hmm. I had to work through my own for it to be quiet. And once it's quiet, then you're not bothered. You don't have worries. You don't have anxieties. You don't have fears. You don't have wants. You don't. It's not like a manifestation. If I get a manifestation, it's a picture. I'll get a picture of us. You know what I mean? Camped out somewhere. Oh, that's a good idea. Was I thinking about something that led to that idea? Mm-mm. It came out of nowhere. That's how my thoughts come. Really? Same with the memories though. I don't see them coming at all. It just popped up in my head and now it's all I can see. It's like there was nothing there and now it's just this. And I have to clear this picture to go back to the clear screen. And yeah. What did we talk about? Nothing more than your thoughts. We're gonna leave it on that. Why? Well, we look at yesterday's 10-day energy. It's about sadness. You have to process your shadows. As much as you're avoiding your thoughts, you have to go in there and process them. All of them, dude. I'm pissed off at this person. They just come to mind. This person you ain't thought of forever, and you're like, all of a sudden you're pissed off. Think about it. Don't just be pissed off and then jump to someone else you're pissed off about. Really go through the whole situation. Give this person your thoughts. Go back to it. Work your way through it so you're not pissed off next time you think about them. You realize that you were fine, and then all of a sudden you don't feel so good anymore, and you realize this thought did it. You can't get rid of that thought. It'll keep coming back until it doesn't make you feel that way. The thought is bringing up the feeling. They're kind of hand in hand. And you have to learn your feelings. And that's that's terrible to say to these guys, but it's like, I know what your mind thinks of me, but how do you feel? Close your eyes and think about hanging out with me. How does that make you feel? Don't tell me what you're afraid of. Tell me what it feels like to you to hang out with me. Okay, now, in order to have that feeling, you've got to go back and work through why you're scared to come hang out with me. No, because you're going to say some shit. I always say some shit. What am I going to say to you? Do you think I'm going to say it to your face? You think God's going to let me after this far? Calm down now. Calm down now. You're not that important. I'm not really going to lose it like that. If I didn't lose it for Diana, I can't lose it for you. I actually love you. Okay? Start working through these thoughts. No, but she's going to find out. How am I going to find out? You're going to tell me. Why? So you can stop being scared of it. Do I care? No, you do. I don't give a shit what you're hiding. No, but if she knew it, she'd never forgive me. Shut up. I'm not other people. I'm not allowed to not forgive. I'll understand. That's the difference. And I will forgive. No, but you're going to think I'm a piece of shit. I already think you're a piece of shit. Make me think different by being truthful. I think you're a liar. Being truthful will only make this better. You're not going to make me think you're a piece of shit. I already think you're a piece of shit. I don't think you're a good guy. Who's the good guy? Who's the good guy? Who, Lewis, who's making out in fucking Lake Powell with Kim Kardashian, hiding in the woods with this dirty whore? You can't be seen in public with this dirty whore. You got to take her to the woods. Ha! Is that me and Bobby? Come on, Bobby, let's go out to the woods again. No more. I'll never do that again. Really? I know you're hurt by this, but I have to move on. Why? Because there's something better out there, and you always hoped I'd find it, and you knew it was right there. Even you liked him. Would you say? I'd like to hang out with him. Well, after I'm done, maybe I'll introduce you to him. Maybe I'll introduce you to all my twin flames. I'm sure they really want to meet you. Not. Quit playing around. You guys are pathetic. Seriously, what are you going to learn from Bobby? How to fuck a girl over? I think you guys already did that. I think you're better than him, to be honest, in that department. What is he going to teach us? What? Self-sacrifice? We learned that quite well through us. What it takes to be a good father? I think not. What are you going to teach us? Now, as we bring Kanye and everybody together, we can have a bonfire. We'll put your meat on the fucking fire and talk about it. I'm sure they want to talk about how pathetic I was to you. I'm sure they want to make fun of me. Go ahead. And I'll start pulling out your fucking, let's pull out Big Dick Davison out of your guts there, Kim Kardashian. And what's underneath it? Is that Kanye's sperm or it was artificially inseminated there? Oh, you want to burn? Let's burn, bitches. Just kidding. In the sense of, no, I don't like you already. Make me like you. Make me like you. God says they're just like you. All right, we're going to move on. I'm going to take a break. Seriously, I'm going to feed my pack of family. I want this fucking soup so bad. I want something that doesn't exist. And that's funny. Does it exist? No, I don't think so. I really think it's the soup from Soup Plantation that I want. And it doesn't exist. Not here. Damn, this is serious. Funny as it is. Anyways, I'm going to feed my kids and then we're going to come back and talk about the words of Christ. What are we talking about? Matthew chapter 11. It's going to take us forever to get through that book. We'll be dead before he comes back. Really? The translation of it, they make a whole lifestyle out of this. I only do it on Sundays. One chapter, trying to tell you what he said and trying to make it layman's terms and lame's terms for the blames on the plains. I host the best church. And after that, we got to do religious studies. And then what? God said I didn't. That's what he said. That's why I was doing nothing today. They said it in our book. We didn't have to do nothing. It was a free day. That's why I was doing nothing. Really? I wasn't doing nothing. I woke up real early. I fucked around. And then I took like 2 baths. I took a bath as soon as I got up. Then I fucked around for like 2 hours. Then I came and took another bath because I didn't know what to do with myself. It was just too early. I didn't want to drink coffee. It was still only 8 o'clock. I was like, damn, I've been up for like all day. I was like, fuck. Then I was going to start this movie and I was like, fuck, 3 hours. That's a long part of my day. I'm just going to go back to sleep. So then I went back to sleep. Did you? I don't know what to do. I'm just not doing. God's not telling me to do nothing. And I was trying to figure that out. And then it's like, they said that in the cards. Sunday was a free day. All of that after the planetary parade, we got all pumped up for that bullshit. And then, what comes tomorrow? What comes? The blood moon is right behind us. Really? Oh, man. It's going to be a bloody mess. Seriously? Hey, dude, I'm a little concerned about the natural gas and situation that we got going on in over there in Iran. Some shit like that. Realistically, if they're not careful, bro, this whole planet is going to be in a lot of trouble. If they mess with that little spot right there, and that's why America is in on this. It's like, man, we're in some deep shit. Really? I'm trying to stay calm. Are you calm? I'm calm. So we bring out the Bible and it gets all fucked off again. Same with the book of Enoch. I can't. I'm not reading these books. I'm writing the books. We're writing through these books. Shit is terrifying. Really? Only to the flesh, I suppose. Manifestations, mind control, sanctuary of your mind. That's what we're going to call this. Let's see what's up in the comments. Anything? Hey, honey. Ooh, someone called me honey. Okay. Greetings from far away lands. I know. God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far. I need to get me a fucking passport. But realistically, where am I going to go? The world is at war with each other. Where are you going to go? I think, if I remember right, he said he was going to Turkey next. I don't think you want to go over there. There's a whole war over there. I mean, there's like wars all over, dude. World of Warcraft is what's going on. No, I think we'll just take a trip up to Alaska and see the Northern Lights before this thing burns down. Really? I probably shouldn't be leaving my country or my countrymen. But hey, to you in a far off land, that's cool. As soon as I said that, I saw Greenland, Iceland. Those are both great places. Really? Those would be fun places. But then again, I was looking at this thing. I saw this thing on Facebook. It showed all the different plugs, like electrical outlets. It was like this thing and had a list of it showed all the pictures of the different electrical outlets and in the different countries. I was like, damn, I couldn't plug into nothing anywhere. Really? Why is it like that? Why do you guys have weird plugs like that? Really? Have you seen it? I just saw it for the first time. That could be a problem. I saw this funny movie with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy where she blew up a hotel trying to plug her vibrator into the wall. That sounds like something I would do. Oh, anyways, okay, those are your light codes. Work with your mind and your thoughts and your visions and manifestations and your delusions and nightmares. which would definitely be the power of the moon. As I said, all of that and some Neptune. Throw some Neptune on that bitch. Really? Yeah, you're in your moon energy. Just saying that alone. The power of the moon. Really? Yeah, you're being plagued. And even this powerful man right here, the power of the divine masculine, is plagued by his thoughts. What does it take for Wolfman and I to come into union? Him to get into his Empress mode? Same as me. I'm doing a lot of magical stuff over here to push myself into it. I feel like he could be more loving than I am at this point. He might not need as much push of surrender as I am. He's seen it. I've tried. How many times have I tried, dude? I keep trying. I'm really haven't faltered. I'm really keeping my mind on you. I'm keeping my mind on you. I'm keeping my energy on you. Where that goes, I don't know. Hopefully not down the toilet. But God says this is a good place to go with it. And he had to. He has to get me excited about something. Otherwise, I'm just excited about the end, which is death. She's just sitting around waiting to die, God. She's not having fun with her life. She's just waiting to die. Give her an idea of what to do with herself. That's what they do up there. Like, she's not doing anything again. What's Lilith doing? She's doing nothing again. Give her something to do. I don't want to do anything. Today we're not supposed to be doing anything. Really? I'm not. But I am going to take my kids. I'm going to go to Whole Foods. Why? Because they might have this soup. I don't know. I'm guided to it. It's going to make me happy. You like their pizza. Yeah. And you like their mashed potatoes. Dude, if my stomach could hold it, I would have had their freaking mushroom fucking meatloaf. That shit is so good. I'm craving mushroom, as you can see, real bad. Really? I don't know. And that's why they want me to the cream of mushroom soup, because there's nothing else. If it's not a liquid, dude, it'll destroy me. It'll hurt to take anything down right now. Seriously, if I tried to put a piece of bread, I would die. I would be like one of those. That's why they tell you not to give, pigeons fucking rice. It would blow up in my belly and I'd probably die. I'd have to get my stomach pumped. Seriously? Unless I drank a bunch of water to break it down, it would hurt. My stomach is shrunk. It can't fit that. It'll hurt.
That's the reason a whole bunch of the Jews died, is because when the soldiers found them starving, they gave them food, and they all died because they couldn't take the food.
No, bro. I remember. I'll never forget the pain, dude. And I've done plenty of fasts, dude. When you don't eat and then you fucking get a hold of food and you overeat, they call that binge. It hurts. It can't go down. Your stomach, literally, it's a muscle, bro, and it shrinks. And you have to carefully, dude. And that's what the gastric bypass is. What they do is they sew up your stomach so that it can't take in all that food. So it literally, people will still try to eat like they did. I watched my mom do it, dude. She would puke for like hours. She couldn't even eat half a cheeseburger. It would hurt and she would get sick and everything. Really? Yeah. So there's no way I could even eat anything, you know what I mean? Like even a real mushroom. It would get stuck in my stomach and I would have to have it surgically removed at this point. Yeah. When you do a fast, it's dangerous. There's lots of ways. I found that out the hard way. They told me that when I did my first fast, but I was so excited to eat. I started putting shit in there and it hurt so bad. I was crying. It got as far as the ribs, bro. Like right under your chest where it's supposed to, where your stomach is. And that was it, dude. It hurt. I was in pain forever. Really, but I am being guided to it. And I don't feel like it's going to stop me from attaining what I am with the spirit guides, because that's what was starting to freak me out. As soon as I took it, it was supposed to be closer to the Holy Ghost. And I'm like, I've become the Holy Ghost. I might need to put something in my flesh. I feel like I'm evaporating here. Really? I mean, can you see me? Picture me rolling, says Punk. A million pairs of eyes, looking hard. Love you, Punk. What are you doing? Who knows what kind of havoc he's doing in the dark realm when I'm in the light? Really? Well, anytime I'm down there, that's where he be. He's reporting live from the dark side. I hear you, Punk. Where are you? I'm stuck with the gods again, Punk. God and his holy realms. Enoch explained that in that story, and I told it too. I'm gonna have to share that video. I'm gonna find it today. The return to the light. It's like 2 years ago or a year ago when I was in Oklahoma when it happened. When I realized I was consciously back in the light with God and of the ascending masters, and I hadn't seen Pac. It was very dramatic for me. Really? Yeah, to be in God's kingdom. It's great and all. It's all fun up here, but it gets boring. I'd rather go hang out with him, talking shit and shit, smoking weed and talking shit, cruising with the homies. It's far more exciting conversations than the Jesus jokes up here. God slappers. All right. To you in a far off land, work on your thoughts. Love yous. Laters. Bye bye now.